Hello, hello. Happy Pride Month. Today we have a special guest on the Gay Racing Podcast. We had this guest on 3 years ago, but they are back today. She is a DJ, a music producer, and a stock car driver. Joining us today is Alyssa Moore, also known as G-Wiz. G-Wiz of the Stars is her handle. Hello, hello, Alyssa. Welcome back. Me and Alex are really excited to have you back today.
Hello, thank you. What's up, everybody? It's your girl G-Wiz back again here at the Gay Racing Podcast for Pride 2026. Yeah, my name is G-Wiz, aka G-Wiz of the Stars, aka Alyssa. I mean, you already set it up.
You got a lot of aliases here.
Yeah, it's because there's a lot of G-Wizzes. That's the thing, is I don't want to like impede on others, so I got my separate little username right here. It's very cute. I love it. Yeah, I'm a DJ, music composer, musician, stock car driver, all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
And I'm here on the podcast. It's so good to be back with both of y'all. It's been a bit.
Yeah. And Alex and I are going to get into all of that today. And we're really excited to see, because, you know, it's been 3 years since we've had you on. We've changed as a podcast. We didn't have video, Alex, last time we had her on.
Which is crazy. We've been doing video for probably half the time of the podcast existence at this point. We did not have video at that point. It was 122 episodes ago.
Yeah.
What?
Long time.
That's a lot. Oh my gosh. Who's like a real cool guest you've had since then that you like to like show off?
J.R. Houston? Was that video?
J.R. Houston. That was video.
Yeah.
His husband, Ryan Hines. Yeah, we had him.
Travis Shoemake.
Shoemake. Yes, we had him on twice.
HRA owner and driver.
Yeah. He was
Love
really
him.
fun.
Yeah, lots of cool names, but we're so happy to have you back, Alyssa. You're one of my favorite guests we've had before, and preparing for this, I listened back a little bit to the original episode, and the podcast is so different from how we do it now. But you also said at the time you hadn't been in a race car in a while, and you wanted to get back into one. Well, you have gotten back into a race car. You've been in some stock cars. You've done some Legends cars. What was that like, getting back into a race car?
Yeah, so I mean, thanks for asking. Yeah, I mean, my full story, I guess we could reference the prior episode, you know, if you want to get into that. But my journey to racing is an unconventional one and a long one. And yeah, you know, the last time I had been, before 2025, the last time I had been in a car was 2017. Wow. So that's a 8-year gap. And yeah, it was awesome. You know, I will, you know, admit, when I've gotten to a Legend, it was my first time in a Legend car. So, you know, I get out there and I think I'm like 4th or 5th, 6th or 7th in line, getting onto the track, and immediately, like, the cobwebs had not been shook off. Like the cars just started going around me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, but no, it was awesome. I mean, I could get into details, but that's kind of like, you know, yeah. I mean, it was at Orange Show Speedway. You know, if that's a track out here in SoCal, in San Bernardino, known both for its awesome races and its awesome raves. So it was a perfect place for me to come back.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
In fact, that morning, a couple of the drivers had to go and, you know, run the track under speed because there was so much like glitter and like confetti and weird stuff from the rave the night before. So I was just like, this is awesome. Like,
okay, but like, let's do that for a NASCAR race in June, because that would look awesome.
Real.
Like,
there you go. I like it.
Did you perform at the rave, or? No. Okay, that would have been really cool.
Hit me up if for whatever reason they're listening to this.
That's like the next level
double
of
header.
Like, it's like the driver giving the command note. The driver's going to get out and just like DJ the whole like music festival that's going on.
So what's the Snake Pit? What is that? That's like a DJ thing, right?
It's like a whole music festival that goes on
EDM.
Inside the Indy 500.
I love that. Oh, that's where I want to perform.
They need to hit you up.
Yeah.
You're perfect for that.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a question. So what kind of prompted your return to stock car racing, like in 2025, 2026? Like what kind of took so long?
So,
if anything,
I mean, there's a lot to this, but I can give you kind of the highlights.
Like, what was the one thing that happened that was like, you know what, it's time to go back?
Okay, so I'll a gross out warning incoming.
Okay.
So, okay, I had a big 2024. All right, outside of racing. Okay, I actually worked on a racing game in 2024. Did a whole soundtrack with a friend of mine. You know, I worked on a couple of different Victory Heat Rally.
All right.
Look into it before you support it with money is all I'm going to say. There's some stuff that's come out. And I worked on some other kind of high profile projects in 2024. So I was kind of really like music wise, I was feeling myself that year. Then 2025 came around and like things started to slow down, and I got food poisoning real bad one night, and I was up all night barfing in the toilet. I'm like, and then I remember it was like 5 or 6 in the morning. I've been up all night just sick, and I like it's the point where you're so sleepy where you're like kind of like hard on yourself, like, you know, you're like, so those little doubts in your head start to get a little louder. I'm just like, bleh. I'm just like, I need to do something with my life. Like it's been months since I've like done something cool or released a song or something. I was like, I should get back in a car. I was like,
it's the awakening.
Yeah. In that bathroom over there, I remember like, okay, I'm going to get back to it as I was like head in the toilet. Just because I was like, I'm going to make myself feel better once I'm not sick anymore. I'm going to do something that's going to build my confidence, you know? So that's part of it. I haven't really talked about this publicly, and I'm going to navigate this very specifically, what I'm about to say. But there was a certain person who got into stock car racing world, a certain YouTuber a couple years ago.
Yes.
I'm aware.
Anime fan.
I've heard about them.
All I'm gonna say is that that's a good bar to shoot for. Right. You know, like we can do better than that, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So yeah, you know, obviously I don't have Russia funding my racing career, but yeah, I mean, I just saw that, you know, stock car racing is still, you know, as accessible as it's ever been, if not more accessible than it was in the mid 2010s. And I wanted to do something to make, you know, to not just sit around and like think about like, you know, oh, 2017, the last time I was in a car. Oh,
you don't want to just wait on your dream forever. Like you're only young once.
Yeah. Well, I'm 34, so that's in the rear view, but
look at Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's doing great. Joseph Newgarden, he's doing great. He's like 34.
You could be like Mark Martin. Mark Martin raced till he was in his 50s. You never know.
True. You know, actually, what I was thinking about this earlier today. I used to work at CVS in like 2014, 13, something like that. And I remember like this guy came in wearing some sort of NASCAR merch, just like older dude, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I love this driver, whoever. I was like, I want to race cars one day. He's like, you can do it. And I was like, I'm too old. He's like, no, you're not. He's like, Dale Jarrett didn't even do a cup start till he's in his 30s. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's a good point.
Yeah. Different generations.
Nice. So you had this moment, like an epiphany of like, I need to get back in a race car. How did that come about? How did you get back onto the track?
Yeah, so I'll be quite real, and this is not an open door, by the way, for your listeners to do this. Well, I just hit up Ryan Vargas. I was like, bro, help me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan. Do not spam Ryan Vargas,
yeah,
please.
That's what I'm trying to say. Don't. That doesn't mean every ambitious driver who listens to this gets to go DM someone.
Did you know him before, or
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a connection, like you've networked. Okay.
It's different. So funny. Like late last year, actually, I was playing music here. Like I was playing bass guitar just with a couple dudes in SoCal, just vibing it out. Like we weren't like a band or anything. Yeah. End of the day, like the guitarist's like, oh, you're into racing? Oh yeah. My cousin does that. I'm like, who's your cousin? He's like, oh, his name Ryan. I'm like, wait a second. Turns out I was playing
Ryan's though.
yeah. Turns out it was Ryan Vargas. Yeah, like it was his cousin I was playing music with. So small world, but
wow.
Yeah, I hit up Ryan Vargas and he was like, here's where you need to go, which is basically Facebook groups. Okay. And so you go into Facebook groups and like, you know, you post like looking to rent or looking to test or looking to buy or, whatever. And then you usually get like a dude with like selfie in the truck, like on Facebook.
With the sunglasses on.
The sunglasses.
like on visual podcast now. He's like some kind of liberal.
I ain't putting a liberal in my car.
What do you know about stock car racing?
Exactly. Yes.
And eventually you find someone who's chill enough. But I mean, that's literally it.
Yeah. No.
Short track racing, like the if you want to rent a car in short track racing, you have to go where the dads are, and that's Facebook groups.
Right. So,
Exactly. Right.
Really simple as that. Now, obviously, it costs a lot of money, and I spent thousands of dollars on gear last year, but thousands of dollars. But yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I'm yapping.
No, it's cool.
No,
it's a
you're
podcast.
good.
We're supposed
You're
to
great.
yap. That's great.
So
Go ahead, Alex.
So you ended up buying a car. Where was your first laps on a track at in this return?
Yeah, so I haven't bought a car. I live in LA, so there's no room for that, and I can't afford that. I've been hopping in other people's cars. So
Yeah.
first, these dudes, it was a last name Carthy, so they run Legends out here in SoCal, and I believe the father, it was like a father-son. Father's name Keith, and he like works on trucks for a living. So yeah, it was, I basically, paid him a few $100s to do, I think it was 60 laps.
Okay.
And yeah, those first few were really scary. I'd never driven a Legends car in my life. But we got into the groove, and, it was by the end of the day, like I was putting down lap times to everyone else. It was awesome. So.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
To be like in the same day to like start actually being competitive again with your lap times, I can imagine that felt like reassuring
Yeah.
for you.
And when like the regulars there, a couple of regulars there were like, "Oh wow, you did really good for your first time out." I'm just like,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Confidence.
Moments like that in racing, like I can relate to in iRacing, which we'll get to later. But like moments like that in racing, just like really, that stuff fills my cup. It's like we put in all this effort and money and time to go racing, just to drive a car around a track. And it's, it's moments like that. It's it could just be the smallest things of like scoring or achieving whatever your level of competitiveness is. That will fill my cup.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think a lot of people also think that, because this is sports, like
Right.
you probably saw. I saw a couple comments after Kyle Busch passed, just like people who had kind of like a warped perspective on these are real people, right? Like it's not like, oh well, I'm sure so and so who is a big rival of Kyle Busch probably doesn't care or something like that. Like it's like no, these people all know each other, and they're like
They're friends.
friends,
Like,
more or less.
more or less.
There's a
They're
sense of
peers. They're peers.
camaraderie. I can never.
Camaraderie.
Thank you. I can never pronounce that word.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
I said camaraderie. That's not a word.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, these people, they may be rivals on the track, but like you gotta realize that behind the, they're all people, so.
Right.
Yeah. What are your current goals with racing? Like what's the what is the next kind of step for you?
So I have a few, and I think they're pretty realistic, but still gonna probably take some time to achieve. So
Yeah.
So I mean, this will be my pitch also, I guess. If anyone out there who
Anyone
has
who's listening, any of the dads, any of the dads listening to the Gay Racing Podcast at midnight,
you wanna, I mean, we'll meet in the middle, y'all. I'm not asking for someone to put me in the car for free. Like we'll figure it out. But hit my line, GWasofthestars@gmail.com. Yeah, I have a few different goals. One, I want to, win a feature in stock car racing.
Yes.
So,
Cool.
like, whether that's somewhere out
Anywhere.
here, Stafford, a
Anything.
short track with 5 cars in the field. Like, I don't care.
You want to take a trophy home.
I do.
You want to take a trophy home.
Yes, I feel like it would justify. Oh, not justify, but it would
It would fill your cup.
it would fill my cup.
That's like in iRacing.
Yeah,
I don't care what race I win. I don't care how strong the opponents were. I won like I was the best guy that showed up to the track. Like that's just how I feel about it. And for it to be a real race, especially with all the money that you spend. Look at your little iRacing certificate. Yes.
So, exactly. Right. Like, yeah, the first time I won an iRacing race, shouts to Wario64 on Twitter. Shouts to Wario64 posted it was like free prints today at CVS. I was like, yes.
Perfect
awesome.
timing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one, is to win a feature specifically in stock car racing. Second goal within the stock car racing world, ARCA West start. So I want to. This is where I really need the people who are listening with that cash money to hit me up. I'll advertise your brand. I got big social networks. Let's
true.
Make something happen. Yeah, I've seen. We've seen dozens of teenagers every year do it. Why not me? Right. We've seen whom I will refer to as the Anime Man. Wait, no, that's an actual content creator's name. We're not going to call him Anime Man. We'll call him the code,
Anime guy,
the cheat code. I don't know.
They would let me get an ARCA car.
They'd let
I just get enough money. You just gotta have enough money.
Exactly. So no, what I'm trying to say is, I'd like to do an ARCA start. Ideally at Meridian Speedway, which if you remember from the last podcast, was like where I got my first time on track.
Oh,
so I'd like to
full circle moment. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's the thing about NASCAR. You watch it long enough, everything comes full circle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then my last goal, which is actually outside of the stock car racing world, like we'll talk endurance racing for this as well, but Daytona start.
Daytona. Ooh.
Yeah, Daytona start. So probably Champ Car. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Champ Car, but it's a very cool series. It's kind of like affordable endurance racing. But yeah, so yeah, those three things I think: win a race / feature. Do an ARCA start, ARCA West even, and Daytona Road Course start. Probably an endurance racing, because I'm probably not going to drive a stock car there anytime.
Right.
So
yeah, Daytona Road Course is my favorite road course in the whole world, just because it's at Daytona. I love the Rolex 24. It's an awesome event.
That's I've been telling my friends that's my Rainbow Road moment, is if I get to go do a start at
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So Champ Car is kind of like a grassroots, like sports car racing type of series. Okay. Because it's
kind of
a bunch of different kinds of cars on the track in a way.
Yeah, it's like, if you think about like an ARCA East West or even like a regional type series, it's kind of like that for sports car endurance.
Yeah, racing. It's cool. Looks awesome.
So a few weeks ago, Alyssa, you had a race planned for Stafford, and unfortunately you had to withdraw from the race. What happened there, if you can share that, and what are some other setbacks and hurdles that you face as a driver trying to get starts?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of things. First to kind of set it up last fall after the Legend stuff, I went out to Stafford Speedway and was going to be a part of a street stock race. Went out for practice, all good. We went out for second practice, or our heat rather. The car overheated and we weren't able to get it fixed in time. In fact, they were working on it down to the last minute.
Wow.
And so we're like trying to turn the car, like running, and then and you hear in the distance, and now rise for the national anthem. And then the car owner's like, hold on. And like, in the home of the brave. Okay, try again. And it fucking turns over like, we're like, get in the car, go.
It's the power of America did it.
Hell yeah.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
So I come around the corner to the staging area. I'm about to this is behind Stafford. I'm about to get on the track. And when you're in the staging area, there's like a light there. So it's like green, get on the track, or red, gate closed. I see the end of the field go on, and the green turns red right as I turn the corner. And I'm just all alone in this field in this street stock, and I drive up to it, and the guy at the gate's just like, you just missed it. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to leave now. like turn around, and I'm just like, and it's like this field and this like street stock that's already overheating again, and I'm just like, damn it.
Oh no.
So we had rescheduled for this year, but and this is how life goes. The owner was having some health issues, so we needed to reschedule for later in the year. So
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably have street stock race at Stafford sometime this summer. So stay tuned.
Awesome. And make sure you follow Alyssa at GWiz of the Stars on socials, because not only is she hilarious, if you haven't figured that out already,
thank you.
But you'll get updates like this and find out when she's racing. And you kind of already pitched this, but how else can our listeners support your racing career?
Yeah, I mean, namely just spread my story, really. Your rich uncle who doesn't really understand what's going on, or your rich family. I don't know. No, I mean, yeah, you can support me in all different ways. Like, yeah, just following me is more than enough. But
Yeah.
tell my story. Like, there's the stereotype that like NASCAR is unfriendly or off-putting to this or that type of person. And if you listen to the prior episode and you're listening to this one now, I'll re-emphasize that the people who were like, oh, you can't do racing stuff as a trans person, were people who weren't involved in racing. When I actually got into racing, there's been very, very, very few instances of people treating me differently because of that. So, but you don't know what you don't know. And it would not surprise me at all if, perhaps some of those dudes have been like, oh, sorry, the car's full this season. Maybe weren't full. You never know.
Right.
But
yeah, I want to say to all the listeners, our previous episode with Alyssa was episode 122. If you want to find it, the last chance to pursue my dream was the title, and I think it's awesome that you've gotten another chance since then in the car. And me and Alex definitely wish you the best of luck. But we're not done yet, because we're going to talk about virtual cars now, because I heard you've been into iRacing, and I'm really into iRacing right now. And I just want to ask you, like, when did you start using iRacing? What kind of sparked you to do it? I mean, obviously it was probably just, practice, getting back into it. But tell me about your iRacing journey.
Yeah, so iRacing is something I put on the back burner basically during that 8-year downtime,
right?
Or between 2025 and 2027, or excuse me, 2017.
We're in the future.
Whoa. But I would have wrecked that Legends car without iRacing, no doubt. So iRacing is an incredible tool if you use it as one to practice. And yeah, I mean, I was like, if I'm going to take this seriously, if I'm going to, like, first off, be done vomiting on the toilet, and then second, I'm going to take this racing career seriously, I got to practice, right? And iRacing is such a great tool that I've kind of written off personally, because I'm arrogant, I guess, about it. I'm like, oh, I don't need it, I can do real racing, like. But no, I mean, I kind of humbled myself. I was like, okay, I could stand to learn, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been really fun. I don't do like national touring cars. I stick pretty much to short track racing style stuff, like,
which is what you race in real life.
Yeah, it's and I've loved it. It's been awesome. I've only won 2 official races, but I've probably not entered nearly as many others. So
because I use iRacing. I have no aspirations of going real racing. I kind of use it to live out a fantasy, because I used to want to as a kid. And I will say, like, if someone threw me into an ARCA car, I feel like I would at least be prepared to try to not wreck it, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, just before playing NASCAR video games, even when I had a wheel and I was playing like NASCAR Heat 5, that didn't teach me anything about stock car racing or race car driving at all. But iRacing, because I'm competing against other real people and it's an actual simulation platform, I feel like it taught me so much to where if I had to hop into a race car, I feel like I could figure it out, at least. I don't know if I'd be competitive, of course. It's definitely different than real life, and racing is a whole different thing. But I think iRacing is cool, and I think it's cool that people like you use it to prepare and practice and kind of assimilate yourself back to what it's going to be like. It's not 100%, but it's better than nothing. I mean, use it. It's better to use it than not use it at all. 100%.
I mean, it's a little bit more true to life than what the NBA 2K would be if I wanted
exactly.
to go to the NBA, so.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't understand about sim racing compared to like other like video games that of other sports. It's just because also racing is so inaccessible in terms of like, again, you need all of this money. You need to find somebody that has a car. But iRacing, yes, it's a lot of money for like if you think of it as a video game. But if you think of it as racing, it's a lot cheaper than real racing. And if you wreck, you don't have to repair your car too.
Yeah, a question I had for you was, did iRacing help you feel prepared for your real in-person races? And you said it did. So I have a different question for you.
What's up?
You talk about Daytona USA, the arcade game, quite a lot. How does that compare to iRacing? This is more of a joke question, but I'm genuinely curious. Does a game kind of like that kind of help at all?
It's got a wheel and pedals. I mean,
that's what I mean. I'm saying.
I mean,
you need to know who you're talking to. The 3-time LA Barcade Daytona USA champion. Alyssa,
period.
Okay? So
print that one out.
Daytona USA is a wonderful video game. I would say, controversial take incoming, it's probably the most iconic stock car racing game of all time. It is the most profitable arcade game ever made. It's an incredible game, but it is as wacky as it gets, and it was made that way on a fundamental basis. It's Nagoshi-san, its director. He watched like Days of Thunder something like 30 times while making that game, like walked the Daytona track. But they specifically wanted to take what was stock car racing and make it into a kind of like a fantasy entertainment game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I love Daytona USA. It is iconic, and it was my first Sega game. So,
it's a work of art, honestly.
That's awesome. So, let's move into your music career, because Gee Whiz, that is what you go by on the stage. And we may have asked you this last time, but for anyone unfamiliar, how did that start for you?
How did it start? So I've been going by Gee Whiz since the year 2000. So it's been a while.
That's when I was born.
Yeah, I was like, "Hi, Zack. Welcome to the world. I'm Gee Whiz." But your parents let me do this. I don't know why.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in grade school, we had like a vocab sheet in 4th grade, and there's this kid who was like we had vocab words and then like phrases, and one of the phrases was "gee whiz," like "gee whiz" expression.
Yeah.
And my middle name, which at the time I was using as my first name, starts with the letter G. So this kid was like, "Hey, that's like you, because you're like a whiz and your name starts with G." And I'm like, what?
Okay, kid, whatever.
Whatever, dude. And it stuck, and I just embraced it, and it became my username on neopets.com, and from there it was permanent.
Well, my dad's nickname was Mole, and it came from my last name, so that's fair enough.
Is your last name Mole?
No, it's Moses, but it's like some kid in grade school kept saying Mo, and it turned into Mole, like literally from kindergarten, and it stuck till the day he died, like with everyone he knew in town. Like it was kind of crazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing the DJing and the music production?
So in the mid 2000s, I was definitely somewhat, and I guess just give more context. Like I grew up in kind of like the emergence of internet culture, like the mid 2000s.
Like that's when YouTube started, like 2006, like stuff like that.
Yeah, even before
social media,
but pre-social media internet world, like downloading music, and pirated software and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you kids know what LimeWire, because all it is, but we used to use that. And just like, this is gonna sound funny, but I need y'all to stick with me on this.
All right.
I was in high school when Soulja Boy's first album dropped.
God.
All right. The Crank That,
Yeah.
that music is so simple to make, like those beats that he used on those albums, and he infamously, him and his friends, made it with the demo version of FL Studio. So me and my friends, we would like make beats too, right? Like we would, and one thing came to another, and like I played lots of Dance Dance Revolution at the time, so I really liked electronic music, and I think that's how it all came together. But there was also a kid at my school who says, "You'd be a really good DJ." I'm like, "What?" I was producing music, but I wasn't a DJ yet, and so I started doing that too. And I don't know, it just kind of like went from there, and I've been doing it ever since. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, Alex and I have listened to a little bit of your stuff, and we even licensed a song called Alan Kowicki from you to use as our intro song that we've had for like about a month or so, and it's been it's first of all, it's just made the podcast feel more professional because it's not just random slop music that like Restream was feeding us to play for a few seconds. Like it's just really well done. It really makes me think of racing and NASCAR. So I just love music as an art form. I think you do great work. So I'm glad we're talking about it here.
I can't give full credit to myself for that one. I wrote that with a few of my friends back in the day. So shouts to Kirsty, shouts to Neon. And then the guitar on that version of it was played by my friend Ian. So shouts to Ian. But yeah, racing has inspired some of my music too. So.
That's awesome. That's the beautiful thing about life. Like you be into different things, but then they all kind of like mesh together. Just, they form you as a person.
Are there other ways you have combined your racing interests with the music interests?
Yeah, so a lot of unreleased music, admittedly, is racing inspired.
Okay.
A lot of my friends in the EDM world that maybe don't necessarily know about the racing world know that I spin music in my live shows that's often 180, 190, 200 beats per minute. And so someone I know came up with the term for me, NASCAR, which has stuck also.
That's funny.
I love that.
It's the NASCAR queen, give it up for G-Wiz. So I mean, none of these people are into stock car racing, but they love the term NASCAR. So I have a track called NASCAR as a result, and it's a hard bass, 200 BPM, like kick type track. And this is a while ago, so I put samples from I want to say it was the 2019 Martinsville Fall Race on there. So like during the build up, you like hear like, I think it's Martin Tricks. Judy's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like just one of those days. And
that was the race where the short track racing thing happened with Denny Hamlin and Logano.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. And then like I also put the sample of Dale Jr. being like, start, using every commercial sense. And then also the iconic Kyle Busch. In the Coke 600, that's in there too.
There's so many funny audio things you can do with NASCAR. Dale Jr. specifically. Oh, car around turn 2.
You could put so many DW lines you could throw in there.
The IndyCar guys just have them go, whoa!
I've got a few favorite DW lines. I'll say that much. My favorite is his tweet though from 2020 where he's like, racing at Darlington was a lot like a bottle of ketchup. You must anticipate where your competition is going to go. What?
So true. I'm always saying that, actually. I'm always saying that.
He's so wise.
He knows what he's talking about. Darlington is like a bottle of ketchup. That's so true, D-Dubs.
So true, man.
D-Dubs.
Wow.
Does anyone say that? D-Dubs. I'm going to start saying that.
That's fun.
D-Dubs.
I love queening out about DW. This is great.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the best podcast episode.
So as G-Wiz, where are you hoping to go with that here in, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years?
This might segue into a different conversation.
Okay.
So this kind of all works together. So I mentioned in 2024, I had a lot going on. I'd worked on multiple different projects. One of those projects, if you're watching visually right now, you'll be able to see, was Sonic X Shadow Generations for Epic Games Store, Steam, Xbox, Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. I think that's it.
Maybe more. I think that's most of them, not all of them.
So I had a goal, and it was more of a dream than a goal, but to work on a Sonic soundtrack like my entire life, basically.
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
Since I was a kid, I was a teenager, and I got very lucky and blessed to be able to do that in 2024. So when you achieve something that you've worked towards for that long, it's kind of demotivating after you do it, right? It's like,
I know what it is.
oh yeah, I'm so proud of myself, But so then, like the story I was telling earlier, where I had food poisoning and I was looking into my own soul on the toilet, I was like, yeah, I recognize that like maybe I've been a little bit demotivated, but I need to like get out and do more things. I will say that a lot of my ambitions with music at this point in my life have been replaced by that with racing ambitions, because I've done so much music stuff that, like I've done everything I could ever have asked for with music.
Right.
I've played for big crowds. I've had people tell me that like I've inspired their music journey. I've worked on projects that I've really wanted to work on with people that I highly respect. But to answer your question, I'm gonna just keep making music. I'm gonna keep making beats. I am working on a couple of video game soundtracks secretly, not announced, but keep tuned in the years to come as those games come out. And I'm sure I'll put out some more music at some point. But yeah,
That's awesome.
I love that. And you do talk about Sonic quite a lot. I know you said that was like your end goal, but having your name in the credits, what really was that like? Like it just had to feel so satisfying.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm thankful for it every day because, it's introduced a whole new generation and a whole new group of people to what I do. But in the moment, I don't know if I really realized it. The moment I'm just thinking, what's next? Because I'm such a goal-driven person. Like I remember being there on the launch day of the game, and people were reacting to the game and listening to the music and saying nice things about my music. But in my head, I'm like, what's next? What am I doing next? And it's good to stay ambitious, but what was the question again? I forgot.
We're just talking about like Sonic, but I feel like I feel like I can relate to that because I'm always chasing what's next, and we got to go bigger. But I kind of think about like Denny Hamlin when he wins races lately. He's just really appreciating the moment because he knows he's not going to win that many more races, or you can't count on that. And like Kyle Busch in his last NASCAR win in the trucks at Dover, he said, you never know when the last one's going to be. Right before he passed away. Like it's just it is really important to kind of like appreciate the moment, but it's as young people we're always just like, okay, well, what's next? How do I get better? We just keep going and going and going. We don't slow down, and the world of social media doesn't help that either, right?
Definitely. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say you very goal oriented, and hopefully you can kind of appreciate the things you have accomplished, but if you were to have a video game to work on, now that you've done a Sonic game, without revealing something you are working on, what is another video game franchise you'd like to work on?
Oh, a franchise. Okay.
Or game.
I hadn't thought about that. Well, I'll say generally, as far as a game, I want to work on anything that is made from the heart, anything that is made from pure ambitions, is a good game, and is made by humans. As far as because that's a whole qualifier now. Is it weird for me to say Super Mario? Like to just shoot for the stars here, shoot for the power stars, I guess?
You did Sonic, now you gotta do Mario. Like a duh. That's the next step. Duh.
I guess I gotta make another Mario and Sonic Olympic Games.
Oh, that would be awesome. Get some electro music with like some of the dream events. Okay.
I was gonna say a dream event would work with that kind of music.
Exactly. Okay, so y'all know ball. Okay, I see.
What songs did you? This is kind of off topic. What songs did you work on in the Sonic Shadow Generations game?
On the Shadow Generations side, I worked on 2 tracks that made it to the final product. One is Throw It All Away, retrospective version, which you can hear in the collection room. So it's the music, the default background music of the collection room. It also served as the credits music for the anime prologue. So
Okay.
Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings.
Right.
Then, and this is the one that people always talk about, in the DLC, the Keanu Reeves Sonic Movie 3 DLC, I got to do a little track with a group. It's called Sonic Adventure Music Experience, which is made up of Takashi Teneda on bass, Oct on drums, and someone who I've admired my whole music life, Jun Sonoe, on guitar, who composed Sonic Adventure 2, wrote Live and Learn, Escape from the City, all these iconic songs, right? So we all collaborated together on that. And then it turns out I learned later that Keanu Reeves was speaking over our music. So that was awesome,
I bet. Oh, wow.
But yeah, those 2 tracks were what I worked on for Shadow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I need to beat that game. I have
You still haven't beat that game?
I haven't beat Shadow Generations yet. I finished like the Sonic Generations remaster or port, whatever it is. But
it's a good game. Yeah,
really do
all of the music in that game is really good. So
it is.
You work with some really cool people.
It was a banger. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else specifically you'd like to mention before we wrap up here?
Yeah, first off, thank y'all for having me on. I'm sorry if I yapped and talked over y'all.
No, not at all.
He's used to it from me, so don't worry about it.
Again, I'll be blatant here. If you're listening to this far into the episode, let's make history together. Whoever's listening to this, my name is Alyssa Moore. I could be, shout out to Terry O'Connell. I want to say that first. It is Pride Month. And I don't want to take away anything that, she accomplished in her own, racing career back in the day. That being said, I do think that we could collectively as a community really use better representation at the grassroots level of stock car racing.
100%.
I think, people have different feelings about someone like a Cletus McFarland, right? But I think that, one thing I can take from that is that, with the right resources, someone can rise from this grassroots level into the national stage. I'm not looking to do that. I'm not looking to go out and make O'Reilly starts or truck starts or anything like that, unless
Richard Childress
with my watch. But this is kind of my open letter to anyone who does hear this, is that we could create a crazy news story. Our dude Seth could be writing a news story before you know it about this entry at this Arco West race needs a closer look. Who is Alyssa Moore and what is the story there? And even if we just put the flag post that far, just like a small, semi-national touring series where a trans woman does a start and doesn't wreck out immediately, hopefully. That will inspire, because I fully believe by the time that we're all geriatric and old, there will be a trans person in a national NASCAR series. There will be a trans person in an IndyCar series. There will be a trans person or a gay person who's won a race. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable, especially when you look at how many young people are queer. So let's. It might
have already happened. We just don't know. I mean,
that's a good point. That's a great point.
But to be out though is a different kind of experience.
Again, this isn't about being the best or being the first. It's about cementing that flag in the sand so someone else can pick it up and go further. And I'm never going to win the Daytona 500. I'm probably never going to get a national series start, but this is me pleading, we could do big things, not just on the track, not just together, but I do have big platforms also. So sponsorship is something that, I'm looking for, actively seeking, and I want to go racing. So let's listeners, let's make it happen. Let's make history. And moreover, inspire someone else to take it even further. So
people, Alex and I, we love to see people like Destiny Spurlock. She's been getting a lot of attention. She's making another ARCA start this weekend at Pocono. She doesn't get into the series without maybe there was some role model for her, or she had the courage to step up at her grassroots level, right? You might inspire someone else at the grassroots level that might be trans or queer or black or whatever, and they might, you know what, I can go racing too. And that's how we change the racing world. That's why, well, hell, full circle moment. That's why me and Alex started this podcast.
Yeah.
To get more queer people into racing, because this sport's for everybody, including us.
100%. I mean, I'll fully admit, like, Bubba Wallace inspired me like a lot. I felt for one time, at one time in my life, I felt like, well, I have transition. I guess I can't do racing anymore because they beat me up or something. I don't know.
Right.
That's not true. Everyone I've met in racing has been supportive to me. So yeah, let's make it happen, y'all. Give me money.
Yeah. And seeing people like J.R. Houston, like, motivates me. Like, it's not to work in racing, but like, it's not impossible. Like, if I really wanted to, I could. So,
and we've heard similar things. We've heard similar things from Travis Shoemaker on the NHRA side. Just similar kind of like, there hasn't been like much homophobia or anything. Like, there's probably some who like don't know how to talk about it. Yeah. But it's like there hasn't been like anything awful. Like, could that be a possibility? Yeah, sure. But overall, it's more accepting than the general public would assume.
For sure. And I do think this is something I'll say to anyone who is a young person with aspirations looking to, get into racing, and maybe they are trans or queer or something like that, is take people and what they say to us at face value when they may be coming from a place that they don't understand. Because just because someone doesn't understand doesn't mean that they're being, and that maybe there is inherent ignorance there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're trying to be aggressive or mean to you, like, right. Like, there was, when I was at a track last year, like, there was a guy who was like trying to be friendly when he said, like, well, the women's room's over there. Like, pat me on the back, which at the time I'm like, that's awkward. But I look back, I'm like, he was just being nice. He was trying to be nice. He was trying, right?
There's worse things to say. So we'll take it.
So give a little grace. Understand that, not everyone's going to know what's up. Don't freak out. Stay the goal. And I mean, that's even what I was telling my partner before we went to the track last year together. I was like, hey, today the end goal is we're going to run laps. It's going to be a good day. And if someone says something rude, we're going to let it roll off, and we're going to stay dedicated to the mission. And yeah, still, not to sound too desperate, I'm still looking for support on that mission. So hit me up.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa, for coming back on the podcast. This was awesome. I had a great time. Hope you had a great time as well. And Zach, our Patreon members at $5 a month got this episode early. So thank you to them. And you can get future bonus episodes like this at patreon.com/gayracingpod. Y'all got money. Send some over to Alyssa too.
Yeah.
We also have a $2 a month tier on Patreon. You can support us there at that. And you can like, subscribe on YouTube, leave 5 stars on the podcast platforms. Follow all of us at New Gaiden. Follow Alyssa at GWiz of the Stars. Follow Zach at Dreamy Zach Racing, and the podcast itself on all the platforms at Gay Racing Pod.
And if you want to hear more from us, episode 122 of the Gay Racing Podcast, you can hear more of Alyssa's original story, how she got into racing and all that. Again, thank you so much, Alyssa, for coming on today. Had so many great laughs. It was just great chatting with you. Felt very natural. One of my favorite podcast episodes that we've had in a while. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Thank you again, Alyssa.
Happy Pride.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.